Hello and welcome to Loving Me, Myself, and Life with me, Jody Misiak. So I have actually decided to take the summer off. Now you might be listening to this a little later. However, over the next 10 weeks, I'm bringing you content and things I've been sharing in different outlets. So it's been a few different things. I want to take some time off to really be with my kids. Also, the camp that I usually have my kids in a couple times a week just didn't have space for me this year. So I kind of had to rearrange my summer, and I've decided to just be with them this summer and spend time with them because, they're only this young for like now. So I have kind of reshifted things, and this is just a time for me to take a break. However, I didn't want to leave you hanging. It was a really, really big decision for me to kind of go and take a break. I usually bring you episodes every week, and that's a thing I love to do to make sure that I'm there for you. And so I'm not fully gone. I'm just sharing things that I've talked about in the past that I haven't talked about here necessarily. So good, juicy, amazing stuff. Just I've shared it elsewhere, and now I'm going to bring it here to you. So it's actually going to be over the next 9 weeks. There'll be episodes for my Wow Wednesdays that I did a few years ago. And the last one, it will be an episode from a coffee chat that I did. It was on Facebook Live years ago as well. So like I said, good, juicy, awesome stuff. And I just wanted to share it with you here. So get comfortable and enjoy. Welcome to Wow Wednesday. I'm Jody Misiak, and every Wednesday I bring you free online training to really just wow your soul and really bring out the wisdom that's already within you. So over the past 4 weeks, we've been talking about my two friends. And again, you might already know them, fear and failure. Now, if you've been following along, how are you feeling about fear and failure? And if you haven't been along, I highly recommend you going back over the past 4 weeks and really checking out those videos, because this might not make a lot of sense to you. So how are you feeling about fear and failure? What have you done? Have you taken any action steps? Have you fallen flat on your face but got yourself back up? Because here's the thing, when you get back up, that's a win. It's when you fall down and you never get back up. It's like, pick yourself back up and dust yourself off, because that's a win. It's when you fall down, you don't get back up. So we talked about when you look at things differently, or when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Super, super amazing quote that I absolutely love by Wayne Dyer. And it really has helped me put perspective in so many areas of my life. So once you get to see things differently, once you change that, you get to do things differently. So I mentioned other weeks, when you feel fear, like we all feel fear. Like there's not really anything we can do about fear. We all feel it from time to time. A lot of the time, a little of the time, it really depends. But when you're stepping in your comfort zone, you're gonna feel it. However, it's how you treat it. If you see it as a friend and you invite it into your home for coffee, or you give it a hug and you're like, or a high five, like, yeah, you're here. Let's bring it on. Let's do this. Or if you like, oh, I'm not sure about you. Like, let's keep our ways. I don't want to be near you. You're going to have two different outcomes. But when you embrace fear and you feel it and you do it anyways, amazing things can happen from it. And then when you don't, that's when, you don't go after your dreams as like head on, or, you might circle the block around it a little bit, like maybe I'll do this or maybe I'll do that. But when you are like, I'm going to do it, I'm going to walk through this, I got this, amazing things happen. I promise you. The more you walk through fear, I don't want to say the easier it gets, but the more you know that you'll be okay on the other side. The more you do something, the more you're like, okay. It's like falling on a bike. The more you get up, you're like, okay, I got this again. I can do this. You just got to get back up. And it really is just when you look at them as a friend And you embrace failure too. When you give failure a different name, even, it's like, how can I learn from this? When you start looking at it differently, as you're not a failure. And there's a line that I read in a book, and it's like, people aren't failures. People can't fail, or people aren't failures. They can do things that weren't going according to plan, but they're not failures. So remember, you're not a failure. Something you tried didn't work the way you wanted to, but that doesn't mean you're a failure. It's so funny because when you do something, say you have a goal and you don't finish the goal, or it doesn't work out the way you want it to, sometimes the expectations for that goal are only in your head. No one else even knows you failed, or the outcome wasn't what you wanted to. So it's not even a failure. It's just the outcome was different than what you expected. And actually, one of the things I read too was about, look at it more as experiments. We experiment with our life. Like, scientists don't get, things right from the get-go. They have to have experiments. Look at it as a case study. Like, I'm going to do this, and let's see what the outcome happens. Like, what happens with the outcome. You don't have to expect what the outcome is. It's like a hypothesis. Back to science. I didn't do good so well in science, so we're not going to stick on to this too much. However, just start looking at it as a way to experiment. Nothing in life is perfect. And the cool thing is, things don't always go as planned, but sometimes they're even better. Like, I remember back when I had a boyfriend and it was devastating. He broke up with me. And that was like, I thought my world was ending. And that was the biggest turning point of my life, because I was so depressed that I needed to take a year to myself. I devoured like self-help books. That's when I really came across like Wayne Dyer and Louise Hay. And I just read so many things. And I finally started having a loving relationship with myself. Something that I was chasing my whole life. I was looking for love, but I always found it somewhere else. So when I finally had that devastating turning point, which was like, in my opinion, like horrible, it was actually a really good growing lesson. And then a year later, when I was like, I'm great by myself. I love me. I love who I am. I love where I am. I don't need a man. I literally said those words. A week later, I met my husband. A week later. Now, I took things slow because I was like, I'm good where I am. But I met my husband because I had not a horrible thing, because there's so many worse than breakups, but to me, it felt devastating. But out of it came two amazing relationships. The most amazing relationship with myself. It was really the turning point where I finally started loving me, getting to know me, what made me tick, what did I love to do? Because for so long I was people pleasing, and I just did so much for so many other people. And I did things that I thought were right for somebody else, not right for me. So it really changed my whole life. So when something looks like it's failing or it didn't work out, doesn't mean that you failed. It means that something better is waiting for you. Something different is going to come out of it. And when you look at it as an experiment, or just like a fun way of life, and it's a journey, that's when you can really embrace these two wonderful twins, fear and failure. So today, just again, honor where you are in your journey, because it really is important. And today, how about just do something for you? Honor the person you are, because creating a deeper, loving relationship with yourself really does help you when it comes to having something not work out. Let's go with failure again, because we have been talking about it. So when something doesn't go as planned and we feel like it's a failure or we failed, when you have that relationship with yourself and you love who you are, it doesn't, beat up on your ego as much, or you don't feel as bad, because you know that you're worthy and that you can go after these dreams. Like, it doesn't stop you as much. So when you build that solid foundation, that loving relationship with yourself, it's just an amazing foundation to really build the life you want on. So today, do something loving for yourself. Write yourself a love note. Give yourself a pat on the back if you've been watching these 5 videos. You've been with me for 5 weeks. If you watched them all, give yourself a pat on the back, a hug. You are amazing. And I look forward to hearing all these wonderful stories of you going out and facing fear or falling flat on your face, but picking yourself back up. I'd love to hear your stories. Share. And I look forward to another fun topic next month. It might be for the whole month, or maybe we'll do something else so it's not spread out. But I felt like fear and failure really needed a whole month to talk it out, hash it out, to really kind of lovingly beat it into you that fear and failure are your friend. I hope that this has helped. I love you so much, and thank you so much for following along with me. I send you so much love and amazingness, and I just hope you have a beautiful, beautiful day and know how amazingly wonderful you are. It's time to go wow the life, like the living life, like wow your life. Okay, go wow your life. Bye, and have a beautiful, beautiful day. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode. I will be back on September 10th with all new episodes of Loving Me, Myself, and Life. So until then, relax, enjoy, keep listening. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you so very much. Thank you so much for being here and listening. I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.